It's such a shame to see an account like this where this guy is doing so well. 59% win rate in his last 40 games, 55% win rate in his overall in 250 games. Yet all he's done is gone from bronze 4 to bronze 1. And this is because he didn't have a strategy. And like most players who've been playing for one season, new players, or even players who have been playing multiple seasons, we don't really develop a ranked strategy until it's like midway through the season or until we start like losing more LP than we gain for wins. And that's when we start to build a strategy, yet it's often too late to do that. So in today's profile review, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. Now, before we get into the video, if you're interested in getting your profile review just like the one you're about to watch, please check out the link in the YouTube description below to sign up. Let's get into it. So currently you're bronze 1, 55% win rate, 5 LP, you've played about 140 games this season, and your goal is to get to silver. And firstly, you're going to get to silver if you keep playing Veigar. So long story short, just keep spamming Veigar the way you're doing. A 63% win rate in your last 20 games is really good. Keep playing Veigar as much as possible. And you'll eventually get to silver. But what I want to talk in this profile review is more about long-term climbing. So once you get silver, what next? And, how to talk or how to get you from silver to gold and eventually gold to plat. So that's what I'm going to focus this profile review on. Now, the interesting thing is the biggest thing or issue that's holding you back that you've stated from your goal rank is too many deaths. Which I would happen to disagree with because you're only averaging about 4.6 deaths per game with a 53% kill participation. So you're actually doing really, really well in the death realm in relation to your overall kills and assists. And so when I look at bronze, silver, gold, bot lane accounts, mid lane, top lane, doesn't really matter the role, I always want to see an average death rate over a game under 5.5. And so as long as it's under 5.5, I wouldn't consider dying too much an issue. Yes, you could be dying at really bad times with those 5.5 deaths per game, but other than that, I wouldn't flag it really as your biggest issue holding you back unless you actually personally feel that, yeah, it is my deaths. And so that could really have to do with not the volume of deaths, but more the situations you're dying in and not being able to read or understand the gameplay. And a profile review can't solve that, but at the end of the profile review, I can kind of tell you how you can work on that and how to improve that. The second thing you talked about is trash CS. Now, yes, your CS is bad some games. I can see like 4.4, for example, but your overall, again, 6.1 CS in bronze is really good. Even in like high silver, 6.1 to 7 CS, like I would be saying like, as you get towards silver 2, silver 1, gold 4, yeah, you'd be wanting to get to like, 7.5 CS. But for bronze 1, I'm really happy with 6.1 CS. So I think you're getting enough income and enough XP from minions, getting the gold from killing the minions, but also the XP because you're around them, which is great. And so those two big problems, I don't think are actually your biggest problems. I actually think one of your biggest problems is the fact that this account probably has some screwed up MMR, to put it politely. And what I mean by that is last season it was bronze 4, this season it was it's bronze 1, and you've played 130 or 140 games. And so what the League of Legends MMR system kind of thinks is, this player, this account, they're about a bronze player. And what you have to do is, it's like fighting an uphill battle. You basically have to prove to the system that, hey, I'm not a bronze player. I am at least a silver player, or I'm a gold player. And the only way to do that is through consistent high win rates, which you're doing, which is really, really good. So as long as you're not finding you're having an issue with like, see how you're losing like 24 LP and you're only gaining 19, 17? That's the kind of issue I'm talking about, because the system's like, hang on, you shouldn't be climbing. You're not meant to be in silver. You're not good enough. And so that's the issue when we play this many games and we get to bronze 1. Yes, you're still making progress, but in the system's eyes, the progress isn't quick enough. And so it thinks, well, yeah, this player could probably get to silver 4, silver 3, but much higher than that this season, I don't think is possible. And to basically beat that, you'd be have an average like a 65% win rate, which again isn't impossible. In your last 20, you've done that, but it's unrealistic and it's unsustainable over a long term. So if you're wanting to fix that issue, again, we'd need to probably get on a call and discuss how you would fix that issue, because it is a little bit complicated. It's a little bit long term, and you will kind of need a bit of a coaching mentor to fix that, but it's not impossible. The other things, but yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there, Carl. But yeah, overall, I think this account's really good. I think if you're like really wanting to get to gold or like platinum in the next 6 to 12 months, I would recommend starting a new account, just because you'll reset the MMR. You'll have fresh MMR, which means you'll be able to climb faster, and you won't have this kind of stigma by the system of this guy was bronze 4 last season, now he's bronze 1, and he's played 240 games in bronze and he's still in bronze. Therefore, he should be a bronze/low silver player. With a new account, you don't have to face that bias, and therefore you can climb a lot faster. But I wouldn't really use that strategy until you feel like you need to, particularly if you really like this account and you have like an emotional or sentimental attachment to it because you got skins. I think we still can climb with this, but yeah, you're going to really have to keep up this overall win rate of at least 55%. And really, if you can keep kind of your win rate really, really high, again, at least 55%, you should be okay, Carl. Now, in terms of actually getting better at the game in-game, so like, let's say you're starting to learn Veigar and you're really getting the hang of him, but there's certain matchups that you struggle with, or, early game dragons are really complicated. You don't know when you should rotate, or you don't know when to recall, or you don't know how to CS in certain matchups, or you don't know how to carry games. All these things, unfortunately, cannot be really solved in a profile review. However, they can be solved with one-on-one coaching. And so something I think you could benefit a lot from, Carl, in terms of just accelerating your learning, your climbing, and your growth as a player is, once you watch this, please reach out to me and we can have a free discussion where we basically talk about what a kind of ranked climbing plan would look like for you, and what you need to do this month, next month, and in the next few months to basically go from bronze to silver to gold. So if you're interested in that, that is a paid coaching solution, but the initial call of what it would look like is completely free for you. So I'd recommend booking that with me once you've watched this, and we can go from there. Overall, I think your Veigar is in long story short, your Veigar is going to be your key to climbing. And I think there's a lot of potential there, and I can guarantee you're probably learning new things every day. You're getting better and better at him every single day, and so I really like that you've pivoted from support into mid lane and you're having great success. So cheers, Carl. Good luck on the Rift, and once you've watched this, please reach out to me.